I'm in Alloway, the birthplace of Robert Burns. And one of his most famous verses refers to this, the Brig Doon. It's a tale about Tam O'Shanter, who was riding his horse Meg and trying to escape from the witch Nanny. The witch caught hold of him on the brig, got hold of the mare's tail, which came off in her hand. And Tam escaped.
Now, do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the keystone of the brig. There, at them thou tail may toss, a running stream they dare not cross. Well, that running stream, the River Doon, is a river I've never actually fished before, but I'm pleased to say that's all about to change. Starting its life in the Galloway Hills, the River Doon flows for nearly 40 miles before eventually entering the Firth of Clyde. It's a spate river, which for the uninitiated means it needs a bit of a downpour to increase the water levels in order to encourage the returning fish to make their move from the sea and head up the river. It's mid-August, and after a long, dry summer, we finally had some rain. So in theory, this is an ideal time to be here.
One of the best beats on the Doon, Doon Foot, is owned by an old friend of mine, Dave Kosh. So I hope to meet him there, and more importantly, I hope to meet a few fish there.
Doon Foot is a lovely spot right at the end of the river, just south of there, and it's where you can get your first crack at a salmon coming in off the sea. Now, what I love about Dave is, as anybody who knows him will tell you, he's not exactly one to gild the lily.
You all right there, David?
Yes, it's not too bad.
See what I mean? If you want somebody to oversell something, Dave is not your man. This is a cracking little river, and if you think such an intimate stretch of water only produces tiddlers, you'd be wrong. Dave's fished all over the place, both here and abroad. Yet do you know where his biggest fish was caught? Mind you, you have to push him to get it out of him.
We do get an odd big fish. Most years we'll get something in the 20-ish.
Really?
Yeah. Last year I had the biggest fish I've ever caught. It was 26 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
And you got a rusher too?
I fished all sorts of rivers. And I got it here and it was unbelievable. I got it on an 8-foot rod with 10-pound line.
Really? What time of year was that?
That was September.
Well, this is the pool that David suggests I fish. Looks good. He also suggests I use one of two flies, either a gold body willy gun or this, which is called an Alice shrimp. I've decided to use the gold body willy gun. And you're about to join me on my very first cast on the River Doon. Now let's hope it goes well. It's a wee bit windy, but we'll get on with that.
Well, in next to no time, over an hour had flown past. And despite my best efforts, I hadn't had so much as a sniff.
Do you know the real idiosyncratic nature of salmon fishing is here? Because there's been months without water and the fish have been way offshore and nobody's really bothered to fish much. And prayed for rain. Along comes the rain and the fish decide, yes, they're going to come into the river, but they want to go that way. And I'm stood here watching the odd fish splash. I've not had a pull or a take or anything. At the weir there, somebody was on the weir and watched for about 20 minutes and saw 10 fish go through. So obviously the fish are just darting past me now, an hour off the tide. And can I get a pull? Can I hell?
What the hell's that?
For those that love a pantomime, Now is probably the time to shout, "It's behind you!" Having enjoyed watching me struggle for a few minutes, Paul, one of the cameramen, eventually came to the rescue and then proceeded to rib me mercilessly for the next few hours. Thanks, Paul. Now, this chap is Gordon McDermott from the Ayrshire Rivers Trust. They provide advice, carry out research and help protect and promote fishing in the area. And he'd given me a load of good local advice before I came up here.
No joy?
Oh no, but there's plenty of fish going through. Plenty. In fact, it's quite disturbing the amount of fish going through.
That was the hope, good.
Aye, aye.
Should do.
So you can have a cast?
Yeah, yep.
And we're in the right spot?
Yep, according to David earlier on, there should be a nice wee pothole in here where the fish will hold up. So we're coming to the right spot, so hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully
and basically the tide's about half an hour ago, yeah?
Yep, so that's probably why you're seeing some fish
So
coming
now's
up
the
through.
time to be having a cast?
Definitely.
So where do you fancy, up there or
I'll
down
move
here?
up in behind you if you want to just continue
Yeah,
down.
I'll
move
keep
up
going
behind
down
you.
here and we'll have a chat once we've got the tide out
Once
of the
we've
way.
got a fish.
All right.
Okay.
I've decided to have a rest, and of course a place like this is a magnet for a fisherman like me. You know, you see that maelstrom of water and you see the flume going down through there, you can't help but have a huge respect for your quarry. Huge respect for those fish. They've swum thousands of miles, some of them, to come back up, and they treat obstacles like this with disdain. In the middle there, that tooth there is the main salmon pass, but you can obviously see, you know, every now and again you see a fish. There's one there, just gone up there. Just gone up, just as I was saying that. Wow! And that just shows you the tide was about 3/4 of an hour ago. And this first drop of water is bringing fish through. That was amazing, just as I said, it was just there. That's fantastic.
It always amazes me how they manage to do this. The sheer force of the water would knock a 20-stone man off his feet in a second, but these guys can just plough right through it. And in the few minutes I sat there, I saw fish after fish make it up.